raining here in Brussels, where Casper LeBeau starts on pole from Ash Cornwell and Ryan Burton. Moises Lima starts fourth for Envision, then it's Antonio Ponte, Christian Bentley, and Claire DeLune. Thomas Holt starts 8th from Spiker and Nora, down in 10th. Following him is Shri Harishwar, Tommy, and Star starting 13th from Juan Villalobos, Icon World down in 15th from Gabriella Barton, Cosmas Produces, Nick Haymaker, Drago, 20th place Magic, and back row of Rules and Experno. We've had an interesting opening 2 races in the ERL FG Series. Race 3 takes us to Belgium. All 5 lights go on. And we're underway, and it's a good start from Ash Cornwell off the line. The 5 of Casper LeBeau able to cover him off as they head down into La Source, turn number 1. And the good heart man maintains the race lead. It's a caution already out. Shri Harishwar doesn't even make it past turn 1. That's the Red Bull racing car next to the Sparkplug Motorsport 12 barriers. They make their way through a Rouge Radeon. A full course yellow already coming out on lap 1. Didn't take too long for these drivers to get into an incident. Christian Bentley lost a position from 6th. He's one of your 2 points leaders, tied on points with Nora heading into this race. Full course cautions ending. And we're back underway. And another wet race in the FG Series. We had rain to end in Australia, rain to end in Austria, and Claire DeLune in this wet start here in Belgium, making the pass on Moises Lima, who's got Spiker, the Mexican driver in the 13 right behind him, and losing positions is the 2311 man. Here comes Lima again to try and move further up than just 5th. Can he try and get past Antonio Ponte, who's got a 5-second time penalty from a turn 1 incident that I don't think we caught? It's a very scenic location here in Brussels, as Claire not able to get past. That's the word of the day, isn't it, as they make their way through Sector 3. It's been all but confirmed that Season 2 of the FG Series will be the last season of the ERL to feature these ERL 01 cars, and honestly, what a show they're giving us so far here in Belgium. They make their way into the bus stop chicane as Spiker getting past, and Holtz almost getting past. Bentley is further back in 20th place. Drago getting a 5-second time penalty. Casper LeBeau, however, the reigning series champion, finally showing some of his form from the end of last season. He leads as Nick Haymaker gets a time penalty for causing a collision. Not the most interesting of restarts aside from Shri Harishwar's 3rd consecutive non-finish. Yes, I'm serious when I say that. Here comes Ash Cornwell though, heading down into turn 4 with the inside line. Can he get past the reigning series champion? No, he can't. He's going to try and have to make a lunge, and he also can't make the pass through there either. Ryan Burton, who runs in 3rd, he's going to want it to stay wet, because if it does go dry, they're going to have to double stack down at Goodhart, and they don't want that to happen. 2nd place would also suit the 6 car quite well in his hunt for his first championship. He's yet to score a race win in the ERL as a whole. And he's losing time to the man in front of him. Casper LeBeau, fastest opening sector. He's the only man in clear air as the 4 of Cosmas Produces going side by side with Million Brules and moving up into 13th place. Side by side in that Monster Energy Power Motorsport car remains as Nora moves up into 10th, and Antonio Ponte moves up into P3 with Ryan Burton dropping outside of the podium places for all of 0.2 of a second as we begin lap 3. Ponte with the fastest lap of 1:32.5 as another time penalty for Drago. Not having the best time of it here in Belgium. I think this is actually the first season of the ERL where all categories will be heading to Belgium for the Brussels E3 and the Brussels feature race in FG and Formula E, and then the Champ Car Trophy of Belgium, I believe, maintains its spot on the calendar this season, as Cornwell making the lunge on Casper again, forces him off the track, and once again Casper just defends like an absolute brick wall and holds on to the race lead. Cosmas Produces with a track limits warning quite a ways further back. Probably similar defensive styles. Burton's got a little bit of damage to his car. Likely from turn 1. Must have been something like a nudge, but definitely nothing to be too concerned about yet. Reminder, fastest lap point still intact in the FG Series for now. Next season, as we believe that FG and Champ Car will both be using the ERL O2s next season, that won't happen. The fastest lap point effectively being abolished across the ERL in 2026. Ash Cornwell not able to get the run on Casper that he needs. Burton trying to go around the outside of Antonio Ponte. Can't get the move done. You can see the rain lights on the back of that 2311 car as we begin lap 4 of 11. The number 6 moves up into 3rd, and he's got a good run on Ash Cornwell as well with a 0.5 of a second gap. They are about to go up the hill. I almost thought that Burton could have had tyre problems there as they make their way through Eau Rouge and Radion. And Cornwell's always had a good run. He's using attack charge heading down the straight, and Casper, he's not defending this one too hard, is he? They're both using attack charge. Casper's the one with the inside line. Forces Cornwell off the track this time. They're still side by side. And somehow Casper LeBeau just about holding on to the race lead by the skin of his teeth. He really needs his teammate Ryan Burton to be playing wingman right now. But as it stands, Cornwell is still trying to go after that first career victory in the FG Series. And we can't discount Ryan Burton from this conversation of a race win in terms of when not will the rain lift. I didn't phrase that too well. When the rain will stop. What we're seeing right now is it could stop around lap 7 to 8. That's quite late into the race. And as Burton looking for the pass on the Trackhouse man, can he try and go around the outside? He can't get the pass done again. He's got attack charge to use. He's going to pull to the inside. It's a good hard 1-2, but will he go any further? He won't, and that's a smart move from the 6 car. He's now right behind his teammate, Casper LeBeau. Antonio Ponte still with the fastest lap, and he's at the very tail end of this pack racing for the lead. In fact, you could even count in Moises Lima as part of it, and Christian Bentley if you're kind, as it's a 3-way dogfight out in front. Can they draw 3 wide? They can't, but the 6 has got the best run heading into turn 4. And somehow Cornwell still throwing it around the outside and holding on and gaining P2, actually. He just picked that up with some of the greatest racing we've seen in quite some time. Meanwhile, Moises Lima in the number 2 car moves up into 4th. Christian Bentley in the 19. You can see P4 right in front of him. As it stands, he's currently scoring 10 points with a 5th place finish, and he has moved up into P5 as Ponte not able to defend that position any longer. And the top 6 actually have a pretty good margin to Claire de Lune in 7th. So that's good news for both Goodhart and Trackhouse, who are both likely to double stack if and when we go dry again. As Burton going side by side with Cornwell. Casper LeBeau's led every single lap of this Brussels feature race. And he's not able to go around the outside as Ryan Burton again. He's going to have to do the switchback again on lap 6. Casper LeBeau not using any attack as they come through turn 1. It's almost as if he's trying to tow his teammate along. Cornwell, he's not amused by this as they head down into Eau Rouge Radion. And he doesn't have the run that he needs. For the first time, at half race distance, that number 20 car is not the favourite to try and be in a little bit of a fight with Casper LeBeau. It's his own teammate, Ryan Burton, and he's not even close enough to make any sort of lunge. I think Casper's finally dialed in that car to the point where no one's going to be able to challenge him. Thomas Holtz with a track limits warning further back. As we go on board with Christian Bentley, the number 19 Trackhouse racing car, trying to get to the back of his own teammate, trying to make the pass on the Envision car in front of him as well, looking back with a 2 of Moises Lima. And Christian just not able to get past. I say this so often, but it is because it's so tricky to get past in these wet conditions. It's low visibility for one. You're getting a face full of spray hitting your visor. Some of it can go into your visor as well. And so whenever you see a driver make a pass, they are going through all of that and managing the slippery track surface. It's not easy at all to manage with as they make their way through the bus stop chicane once again to begin lap 7 of 11. This has been Goodhart Racing's greatest day so far this season. Ryan Burton was in the fight for the win last time out as Million Brulez comes in. What tyres is he going on to? That's another set of inters. Are we going to see intermediate strategy happen today? As LeBargton gets a time penalty for causing a collision, I presume, is now Burton 2x2 with his teammate. We could see a new race leader today, and we will for about 0.2 of a second. Casper still throwing around the outside, getting a track limits warning for his efforts, and he just manages to hold off his teammate once more. Cornwell still on the back of these guys. Moises Limas dropped about 2 seconds from the race lead. Christian Bentley not able to get as close to the Envision driver as he was once before. Now Ryan Burton. How much does he want this race lead? How much does he want to try and get past his own teammate? Or will he try and defend the position with Ash Cornwell running in third? Goodhart Racing, not the greatest start to the season for the reigning champions. They didn't change their lineup, they didn't do anything to their cars even, it's the same livery, same everything. And they still show pace as we go on board with Burton. Not trying to go around the outside, is he? Think these guys could be coming in into the pits for Casper LeBeau from the race lead. Staying out is Ryan Burton. There are some drivers coming in with him as well. I think that's Ash Cornwell, and it's a set of inters going on for the former race leader. What about Ash Cornwell and his Trackhouse Racing team? Intermediates going on for him as well. So this is intermediate strategy that we're seeing today. Into the pits for Star, but I think the rain actually could be letting up a little bit. Maybe it's just pit lane. As Brula is heading down the main straight, who is actually leading out of everyone who's had a stop? Casper LeBeau still leads, actually, everyone who's come into the pits. But Cornwell now quite a ways closer to the number 5 than he was before. I think he might have a run on him here after coming out of the pits. Definitely a faster pit stop for Trackhouse, and we see the fruits of it. The number 20 moves past the 5. Ash Cornwell, if he can keep his wheels going, as Casper now gets a 5-second time penalty for track limits. Cornwell can't get past, but he's pressured him enough as Ash Cornwell. He's pressured Casper LeBeau enough to make a mistake. And now he has a 5-second time penalty hanging over his head. Ryan Burton. Well, we've actually seen the undercut could be a winning strategy today. And the question is, will we see it? We've never seen intermediates run this long into a race. Mainly just because we've never had to see them run this far into a race before. This is unbelievable. Look at the state of those inters at 43% tyre wear. In come the race leaders again. Star with the fastest second sector of anyone at the back of the pack for Junior Motorsports. Claire DeLune, the other Junior Motorsports car in the number 10, now leads with Thomas Holtz and Ica World behind. Make that Spiker and Ica right behind. These two, well, they've got names that rhyme, of course, but they're fighting over third as well. Looking back with the 2311 car in the number 13. Making through Orouge and Radion, and now Spiker actually trying to get closer to Thomas Holtz. Nick Haymaker's coming to the pits as well. Here comes the 23XI. Can he get past the Impulse? He can't through Impulse, as Tommy further back making a few mistakes. And Casper LeBeau actually making his way through the field now. He's up to 7th even with that time penalty. He is flying. Actually, is he on the back of this fight? No, he's not. Looking back with the 5 car. That is Magic going up against Juan Villalobos. Ash Cornwell's in position to win this as out of the race goes Drago. That's contact with Ash Cornwell, actually. My goodness, didn't expect to see that. Bit of a tangle there with Magic, actually. And Juan Villalobos might have actually been involved in that as well. He's got a bit of damage to his car. Full course cautions have come out. It was a 15-second time penalty that now hangs over Drago. That should not be transferred into a grid drop for next time out as we get back under the green flags. And Claire de Lune still leads. The top 6 with Villalobos and Magic. We expect them all to come into the pits. Otherwise, they could struggle near race's end in terms of having enough grip to make it to the end. I don't think we're going to see any sort of slick to meet its strategies happen as we go on to the penultimate lap of this race. The longest lap on the calendar as Villalobos tries to fight and cannot fight with Casper Lebow, who holds on to P7. And here comes Ryan Burton on the brink of his first ERL Series victory. All he has to do is make his way to the front. He's got P9 as it stands. He can stay behind his teammate, and as long as he's close enough to his teammate, he can try and take the position. Villalobos is holding up everyone here, and there goes Million Brulers in the number 12 car. Very interesting what we're seeing with the tyres here. This is the closest that I believe the field has been all race long, as there comes the number 18, the top 5, all with the same tyres that they started this race with. They're still going side by side, coming through the second sector. Looking further up though, Casper Lebow trying to make his way up into 5th. That 5-second time penalty would drop him outside of the top 10. That's the nature of the ERL. Everyone's so close that even 5 seconds could still be enough to take you out of race-winning contention. But Casper, he doesn't care. He's going side by side with Xferno and not able to get past. So the tyre advantage that he has, 8 laps tyre advantage, that's not a tyre advantage that we see in the ERL ever. He's finally got a little bit of pace underneath him using attack charge, and he moves up into 5th. This is where that Goodhart should be singing. Going through and into the bus stop chicane where he's got more grip than the 4 drivers in front of him. But he's not the favourite to win this race. I think this is going to go to Claire de Lune as it stands as we begin the final lap. Casper Lebow going 2 by 2 as Million Brulers gets a time penalty for causing a collision. Around the outside and up into 4th as Christian Bentley gets a time penalty. That's your points leader. As it stands, Nora down in 16th. He needs to try and get himself up into 10th to try and get the points he needs to become the points leader. As Burton moves up into 6th place. Behind his teammate that would become 5th. Casper Lebow 2 by 2 with Ica World. Can he, if he's able to claw back the 6 seconds he needs to move up into the race lead, can he create a 5-second margin in effectively the final sector alone? It's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. It would require a full course yellow after he's already taken the flag, and while Claire de Lune is trying to take it as well. He's 4 seconds off of the race lead. He can see Thomas Holtz right in front of him. For the junior motorsports man from the Philippines, Claire de Lune is on the brink of his first career ERL Series win. Ryan Burton, he's been blue-balled out of a similar situation today already. Doesn't want that to happen to him again. 22% tyre wear is the position that Claire is in, but as it stands, that's going to be enough to take him to the checkered flag. He's got Holtz coming up behind him. Casper did his best, but coming out of the bus stop chicane, Junior Motorsports win a race in the ERL, and it's Claire de Lune who wins in Brussels. Casper Lebow comes home with the fastest lap. His teammate not able to score a podium finish. Welcome back to the podium, Ica World. And of all final laps, as Cosmas takes the fastest lap point, amazing. This is your podium. Envision Racing back on the podium with their elder statesman Ica World, Thomas Holtz with Team Impel with a podium as well. But for Junior Motorsports, they get the race win on the board with Claire de Lune, getting victory and adding another victory for the nation of the Philippines, who haven't been doing so well in the A1GP. Final round of that happening tonight, 7 p.m. GMT. As for the rest of your finishers, Ryan Burton is classified as 4th from Spiker and Casper LeBeau after the time penalty was applied. Cornwell 7th from Star, Lima and Exferno. Your non-scorers were Nora, Antonio Ponte, Christian Bentley, Tommy, Million Brules, Magic, Cosmas Medicis, Juan Villalobos, Nick Haymaker and Gabriel Lebarton, who took the fastest lap point at the very end. The two Indian drivers, Drago and Shuri Harshwar, were unable to finish this race. So, in your point standings, despite not taking a single race win, Ryan Burton leads the points from Thomas Holtz, who's 1 point back on 30, and then you've got a three-way tie for third between Bentley, Nora and Aloon. Ash Cornwell is 1 point back in 6th, then it's Spiker, Star, Ica World, Juan Villalobos, Antonio Ponte and Casper LeBeau. The top 12 in points are separated by 16 points. 16! Cosmas Medicis is tied in 12th from Magic, Exferno and Moises Lima. Then it's Gabriel Lebarton and Nick Haymaker, with Shuri Harshwar, Brules, Tommy and Drago yet to score. In the team standings heading into the 4th round of the championship in Amsterdam, Trackhouse Racing lead the way with a two-way tie between Goodhart Racing and Junior Motorsports for 2nd. Nano Motorsport is 4th, 1 point up on Team Impulse, who are 2 points in front of 2311 Racing. Envision Racing is 7th from Chip Ganassi, who are 1 point back from Power Motorsport 8th from Chip Ganassi, sorry. Red Bull Racing is 10th with Revolution yet to score. Well, you didn't expect to see any pit stops made in the wet now, did you? Another new race winner in the ERL. We've actually had 2 out of 3 race winners so far this season, yet to win a race in any prior season in the ERL. Will we see that happen again next time out in the Netherlands? We'll find out when the Electric Racing League returns.